Hey, what is up? The Allfather here, and you are clashing with Taff. Today, bringing you a video with a little bit of 10v11 action. One of the most critical components of a successful high Town Hall level war is the ability for Town Hall 10s to hit up for 2 stars on the 11s, allowing the 11s to dip and 3-star the enemy Town Hall 10s. And so we have 4 examples here of 4 attacks by 3 different people, one of which is a newer Town Hall 11 and the other 2 are Town Hall 10s. And so it should give us a little bit of a good flavor for the game up here at the Town Hall 11 level. We're going to start with the number 1 attack here by our attacker Josie Wells against this base. We're going to go ahead and pause and just take a look at this. Typical anti-2-star Town Hall 11 base. A couple things to notice, obviously, in a Town Hall 11 are where are your air defenses, your sweepers. Your Town Hall is usually buried in the middle. The Inferno Towers, and especially that Artillery Eagle, in addition to the heroes. So you can see here the air defenses are sort of offset a little bit. They're in the center, but they're offset a little bit towards the bottom right of the base. And so that's going to open this up, I believe, for a Queen Walk starting on the top right. Now, one thing to notice, you see he's starting to trim free buildings already with minions and archers. A critical component of Town Hall 11 is getting that percentage early in case you don't get the eagle down. If you're trying to get that last 1 or 2% at the end of the raid and the eagle's still up, there's a very good chance that eagle will go ahead and take out your remaining small tier 1 troops that you're trying to get the percentage with. So he's got that whole side cleared, a good 10% of the base, just with some very cheap troops, getting a defense there while the Queen Walk's going. And you can see he's got probably 5 healers. Didn't really see the max healers. Getting a lot of single target defense fire right there right after the beginning. So he goes ahead and drops that rage spell. You can see the comp down there. Does obviously have a lower level Grand Warden being a Town Hall 11. But still, just as far as the general style of the attack, it's a good example of how to go ahead and dismantle a Town Hall 11. So he's just taking all these buildings off of this top northeast side here with his Queen Walk. Now she's kind of in a spot where she's not being targeted. She's able to get healed back up to full health, so that's really nice. She's going to go ahead and turn, take out this next archer tower, and work her way around the corner. She does start to get targeted by the X-bow now, but again, you can see it's only like 1 defense at a time, which isn't anything that she's going to have to worry about. Goes ahead and wall breakers in the clearing there. Now you can start to see what's developing here if we pause it shortly. Is you can start to see the path that's going to be carved out to the Town Hall here. Now, he hasn't worried about popping the Town Hall, so that is going to be a little bit of a problem for Air Troop Town Hall, and hasn't gotten the Eagle out of the way, but also hasn't tripped the Eagle yet. So he's got a nice path now after he clears this cannon. Queen will turn on that cannon. He's going to be able to pop the second rage here. Now he drops his golem. Now he's going to start getting the attention of the Eagle any moment here. But as he spams in the King and the Bowlers, followed by the Valkyries. But now you can see the jump spell is going to go right into Eagle, right into the Town Hall, and into the core. It is also going to trip the enemy clan castle here, though. That Warden looks like he's on air, though, so that was a mistake. Not 100% sure on that, but it looked like he was flying, which means he was not protecting the ground troops. But here we have the jump and rage into the core. That Town Hall is going to go down. That's the only thing holding up the second star. There it is, 59%. Still doing work. He's got a poison there. Should be poisoning the baby dragon in the CC at this point. There's nothing that can help him out with that CC baby dragon other than the poison. Does not get the poison down. Just have a few troops left here. Again, for cleanup. Drops that wizard in there, but again, he's still got a baby and a witch to deal with in the clan castle, so he does find a spot there where the wizard can go ahead and shave another building for the 62%, and that's probably about all he's going to be able to do here. Go ahead and fast forward that to the end for the last 10 seconds, but as far as just solid technique of trimming a path and getting a jump to the core, very nice job. Second, we're going to take a look at another one here. You can take a look at the army comp again using the Queen Walk 5 healer strategy and a bunch of baby dragons. Now, these baby dragons are going to serve 2 purposes. One is going to help shape the walk and push the queen the right direction. And the second is to take out the core without the need for a jump spell with Valks. That's the nice thing about air and baby dragons is you can get to the core without having to jump in there. And so you see there's about 3 or 4 levels of walls there to get to the core, making an air attack a very nice option here. He's going to go ahead and drop the Queen Walk down on the bottom here, shape the Queen Walk with the baby dragon to help push her up to the north, walking counterclockwise. And he brought a heal here. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe we'll see. And then into the rage. So I don't really know what the purpose of that heal was, honestly. Still been trying to figure that out. But again, you kind of have that extra flex spell without the need of the jump spell. That does break him right into the Eagle Artillery compartment. And the nice thing about this style of attack is he's got this Queen Walk in there and the artillery's down. Now that the artillery's down, he doesn't have to worry about the spamminess, I guess, of his kill squad. He can go ahead and drop them in real soon here once he's got his queen raged up and she's taken care of. And he doesn't have to worry about activating the eagle because it's already been taken care of. And so he's got a lot of wall breakers to make sure that he gets into this corner compartment. And you can see the queen has the bottom quarter shaped there and taken care of. The Bowler King Golem Kill Squad is going to go ahead and shape the top and open it right up for the baby drags to fly into the core. He throws one down as a test to see where it's going to go. The nice thing is they look like they're going off track, but then the air skellies actually redirect the baby dragons and get them going the way they need to be going. Now they're in the core. He's going to drop that rage spell as they approach the core. And some people might say, well, why rage baby dragons? Aren't they better alone? Yes, they are, but they're also really good in mass under a rage spell, and then as they die down and split out from each other, then they will re-pick up their natural tantrum rage ability from being single. And so you see they go ahead and do their job. They've also sort of protected the queen. She's going to be able to walk the rest and pick up a little bit more percentage. You still got the ability intact and only going against mostly splash damage until she comes around this corner. So nice job. He's already got the 2-star in the bag. Ability's going to pop and give her a few more buildings for a higher percentage. And she'll go ahead and die out once she hits the enemy queen and the single target defenses here on the bottom side. But there you go. Really nicely done. 66% 2-star 10v11. All right, next up we're going to take a look at one more, which is also a queen walk. You'll see that that is one of the predominant strategies for 10v11 is the queen walk because of the desire to not activate that eagle artillery right off the bat. And you'll see here, this is actually my attack versus their number 3 Town Hall 11 here. A couple things to look at again is where's the eagle, where's the clan castle, where are what are the infernos set to. These are not max infernos for 11. The walls are pretty low level, defenses aren't maxed out, and they are on single. So those are all good things you can see here for the queen walk into the Valk attack. Gonna go ahead and start by dropping those tier 1 troops to trim available defenses and try to push the walk the way we want it to go. So you can see they're getting the trash buildings out of the way. Very cheap, 1 slot. And the queen comes in. She's going to go ahead and start working around. Now the goal was to have her stay outside here. She's going to take the wizard tower, then the cannon, then the archer tower, and she's supposed to walk over to the elixir pump. She actually doesn't. She redirects over to the queen and walks into the middle here, which isn't the greatest, but have to kind of adjust as things go, dropping the early rage and ability to hammer through this area. So that was not ideal. That wasn't the plan. But now she's kind of working her way around, going the right direction, and instead of going around again, she hits the wall. So now things are going kind of south. Got to continue with the plan, which was to come in at the south here and take out this other corner and start shaping that hole towards the core there. And so the golem Bowler King Kill Squad comes in here, gonna go ahead and rage. Now we've got a split CC coming out. That's no good. That's gonna end up taking out the queen really early. Got to keep these bowlers alive, so the poison there on the minions in the balloon so that they can go ahead and get that path shaped out. They do. Unfortunately, the queen is down. We have almost all ground troops, and we still have a balloon up in the air. And so you see we have a baby dragon. As we pause that, there's a lot going on, but there's a baby dragon that was dropped down here to shape the funnel and just kind of get some trash buildings. And the other baby dragon was supposed to come up on the backside for some percent, but we've got a problem here because we've got a balloon that didn't go down. And so that's where you're going to see the second baby dragon come in. That wizard could probably take it out, but at this point we're trying to keep everything alive quickly and try to keep that king alive. Pop the ability, get the dragon going. Now the jump spell can go down. Test Valk to make sure they're going to hit that area, followed by the rest of them. This is where the single Infernos come in great, because you can heal through a single Inferno, because it can only target one troop at a time. Then the rage goes down in the middle. So now you can see the eagle's still going off. Haven't dealt with that, but the key thing here is why heal and then rage versus rage and then heal. And the idea here is once these Valks push through the core as well as the healers, if they're alive and then that rage happens, all of the Inferno towers are down, and if the healers follow them, they're going to go ahead and be raged healers on those Valks to get out the backside. So let's see if that's what happens. Heal gets them into the core, rage through the core. Healers are healed up themselves. Now they're raged and healing the Valks. And even though they're being targeted by the air defense, they were healed up, and so they're going to be able to last a little bit longer and keep those Valks alive to push through for a little bit higher percent on the backside. So you can see that eagle never does go down, and that's fine. That doesn't always have to happen on a Town Hall 11. Sometimes they're set up to bait you into going in the eagle side. So that time we go in the other way. Don't take out the eagle, still get a good high percentage 2-star. And then lastly, just to show that you don't always have to do a queen walk, we're going to see just a straight shattered Go Bitch attack here against a pretty well buried Town Hall and a pretty dense core there. Pretty concentrated on this. And so it's just going to kind of be a go straight at it and hope. And we've got the 2 golems. They're going to be able to tank a whole side of the base, dropping 3 witches and some bowlers on the flanks to create the funnel, and then just double jumping to the core, rage, rage. And the problem's going to come when we approach the core and get into the heroes as well as the clan castle, is they're going to start pulling troops different directions, and that's going to kind of make it go downhill in a little bit of a hurry. But key here is just securing that funnel, working outside in, and you'll see the eagle is going to be activated very early because of the spamminess of the attack. Got both jumps down right away, so you're not worrying about jump spell placement later in the raid. They're going to be good for about a minute, and you really don't want to be worrying about those. You need to be worried more about where the freezes and the rages are going to be going. Freeze is going to go down here, get a backside Inferno Tower as well as some of the air CC. And then the rage, you can see these bowlers break through the wall and go after the queen, so you don't get their bowler bounce in there to help with the Town Hall. Looks pretty bad from here, like maybe the Town Hall's not going to go down, but the poison takes out the enemy balloons, and the queen is in there, pops her ability, and takes out the Town Hall. We're at 49%. It's just the queen. She takes out one more building for 50. She might get one more for about 54. And then you can see there's one little minion left for cleanup, but I don't think there's really anything open. And so 53% 2-star, but there you see, if you can get a good enough push and funnel, that you can just kind of do a sort of a power attack to get in there for a 2-star as well. That'll do it for this look at a few nice 10v11 2-star attacks. I want to just put up the clan information, encourage you to stop by and give a look. Reddit Chaos. Check us out. We've got the website there. We've got the Discord server. We are a verified member of the Reddit Alliance of Clans and a member of the Fair Play War League community. Until next time, this is the Allfather. Thank you for watching.